So, last night it rained, more like a hurricane if you're staying in a camper. And the rain gauge here is kind of faded, so it's kind of hard to read, but here's 1 inch. That's 9, 8, 7, I would say roughly about 6/10. Super grateful for that. I'm not gonna dump that out because my grandpa would be pretty upset. I think Cody's over here airing up tires this morning on the header trailers. Yesterday we checked all the wheel bearings on the header trailers. Also with the fuel trailer, we checked all of the wheel bearings and aired up those tires. Dad let down the header, that way the draper belts don't fill up with water, which we should have done the first time, but oh well. I don't see any animals. That's always good. The battery's dead, Cody. Oh my gosh. I don't understand that, why both combines are completely dead when the master switch is literally off. Also, what is on my windshield? That's like a huge wasp or something. Okay, well, Cody's going to get the battery pack. She's really dead. Was it not charged or what? So we're hoping that the battery pack that Cody brought the first time wasn't charged all the way, and Cody just brought a new one, so I guess we're gonna test this one out. I mean, it just bumps, like the engine doesn't even turn over. So the little battery powered banks that we have probably weren't strong enough, so we have reinforcements now. Well, this is where we're at right now. Okay, 2 new batteries, and let's see if it cranks.
Copy. I'm gonna pull over and pull all them shields off, and then we'll pull back over here and get this thing cleaned up on the inside before we put the header on.
So, Dad said that everything was running pretty smooth. There was one throwout bearing on the fan that he said was wobbling around that we might have to take a look at. But everything sounded fine and was running smooth, so that's always a plus. I think now I'm going to hook onto my header and pull it in front of Mom's combine over here. We're going to kind of do the same thing that we did to Mom's header, to my header. we're going to take the draper belts apart and check the rollers, and we're going to change the keyways, you know, on the inside of the drive motors on the delivery belts. But anyways, that's the plan so far. Let's see how rusty I am putting this header on.
That's a lot easier than mine.
Yeah, where is that slit? There's a slit somewhere in this belt, like right here. Oh, yeah, right there. So this side is getting a new belt, and then I think we're gonna rerun this one over here.
Where exactly?
Yeah, that one's smooth better. We're gonna put a new belt on the right side, and then the left side we're going to flip it like this and use this side of the belt rather than that side of the belt. If that makes sense. And there goes Cody's hat. Man, it is a beautiful day. I wish the wind would blow. Yep, we probably should put 2 in that one. Maybe a 14 millimeter. So there was nothing wrong with this key, but we're still going to put a new one in. And then we felt the bearing on the end of this roller, and it is also good. So we're going to put a new key in and assemble it all back together.
It'll be the prettiest day you ever seen tomorrow.
Is the wind blowing today?
I want to make sure and put it on backwards the first time.
Yeah. Yep. Yesterday the wind was blowing like crazy, so if there was any wind noise, sorry about that. But today is beautiful as ever. Last night it got down to 33 degrees, so we had the heaters running, which was very odd. Like right now I'm wearing a hoodie and a vest. That being said, it being 33 degrees this morning, we did let it warm up a little bit. I think it's like 10:30. Cody and I kind of went on a mowing mission around the house and got that under control. But Cody's already out there pulling concaves, so let's get to it.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Slide it back to me. Get this bar. Okay, slide. All right. So these chopper knives have two sides. So when one side gets wore out, you take it off and turn it around, put it back on. So this side is brand new. So I think Cody and I are going to start flipping these. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
I guess just drag it further up. What was that?
I'm telling you, these are tight.
Oh, got to go right there. And then I need this bushing to go like that. That, like that. That, and then I need my nut. What's over? So then that goes. And there you go. Now they're all flipped over, and the serrated part is on your cutting edge rather than this part that's wore out. So these are your stationary knives. You can loosen this right here and then pull this handle down and your knives go in. Watch if you can look up here. You know, now they're going to be going in between the chopper blades. Let them out, then, you know, they're not engaged. But Cody and I came over here to mine and Mom's combine, and we took these knives out, flipped them over, and put them back in. Same thing as the chopper knives. They're double-sided, so this side is wore out, and this side is brand new. So we get another use set of these. Well, this is the end of day 2. We're gonna pick up back tomorrow on day 3 of this video. Tomorrow we're going to assemble all of this right here. This is Dad's project. See, all of this is supposed to look like this. So obviously this cover is off on that other combine, and this is the real pump that we are redoing bearings on. And then this is lifted up on that other combine. This belt is off. Also, we're gonna put a new belt on this combine. This is Mom's combine, but we have all of this tore off. And then also the bearings in here. This is where the two belts meet. The bearing in here, there's 2 sealed bearings in here. we're also redoing both of those. If you want to know what it's supposed to look like, well, here you go. But anyways, tomorrow we are going to be fixing all of this section right here. Other than, I don't think we have 2 sealed bearings right here, but we do have the stuff to put the reel pump back together. But there's a lot to do tomorrow, and I think tomorrow is going to be the last day for this video at least. So that being said, I'll see y'all tomorrow. So first things first today is I need a 15/16. That's a 1-inch socket. I also need a extension because we are going to be swapping concaves over on the header trailers before we set the headers back down. It's way easier to put the concaves on the trailer when the header's not on there than if you were to do it with the header on there. So we're gonna do that this morning before Dad gets here and wants to set a header on a trailer. It's not the right size. Is it bigger, smaller?
It's bigger.
Bigger?
Yeah.
So 1-inch?
It's inch and an eighth.
Inch and an eighth? Well, dang it. Well, this is the new reel pump. We put 2 bearings in here and a new pump. Now we're waiting on the belt to go right here. We're gonna get a new one of those belts. And then we're still waiting on the 2 sealed bearings that go right here. So we're waiting for that belt and these bearings, and then all of this can be put back together. A little dirty?
Yeah. It's kind of like watching paint dry.
Yep. Go back. Look at the sky. That looks so cool. It actually did end up raining here for a little bit, but it lasted maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes. Just enough to wet the grass a little bit, but it's already dried up, so I really wouldn't count that as a rain. We did get this chain put back on the drum right here. By the way, MacDon, you need to change everything about this. I mean, that was absolutely terrible. I don't think you should ever have to take the drum completely off the header just to put this one chain on right here. And we have to do that header as well. The paint is only halfway gone, if you think about it. Cody did take off this belt right here. We are gonna put a new belt right here. I don't know what you want to call that belt. It's just what runs on your reel pump and stuff like that. But Cody did get that pulled off, and we're gonna get a new belt right here because there is chunks missing. There's one right there, and then there was a bigger one somewhere. There's a couple, there's more. So we're just gonna go ahead and replace that. That way we don't have to do it, you know, when it's 120 degrees and in a wheat field. This belt is just fine. We're gonna put that back on whenever we get that belt. But to take that belt off, you have to take this belt off because this belt runs right here, and then that belt runs on the back side of that. So kind of complicated, and you have to take a lot of things off just to change that one belt. But you know, that's part of it. Dad does want to wait until the top sieve is here for Mom's combine, so we can just pull it out and then put the new one right back in and just be done with that. So I don't know when we're gonna pull the sieve out of that one. My combine, I did say something about the throwout bearing, but we didn't have time for that today. So that's gonna be another day's project. We have a lot of things going all at once. I mean, we have this header tore apart, that combine tore apart. We have mom's headers tore apart, and also mom's combine tore apart. I'm just hoping we know how to put it back together. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. This is day 3 of this video. I'm gonna try to do 2 to 3 days, depending on, you know, how much we do in 1 to 2 days or 3 days. And this is day 3. So I think I'm just gonna stop it here, and we'll pick back up in the next video. But until then, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.